As you've just seen, the versatile Toro Sitework Systems Dingo power plant employs a wide variety of multitask attachments. In order to ensure many years of safe, labor-saving service, the Toro company asks that everyone who operates the Dingo please view this video in its entirety, and then thoroughly read the operators and safety manuals provided. Now then, for clarity purposes, I'll be demonstrating the various control systems of the Dingo. Later, we'll go on site to show the pre-operation checks and safe operation of this unique equipment. So, let's get started. In operating the Dingo, there are 4 main control levers, as well as 3 others that direct the flow of hydraulic fluid. The lever on the left raises and lowers the arms of the Dingo. Pulling the lever toward you raises the arms. Pushing it forward lowers them. When released, the lever returns to neutral, and the arms remain in their attained position. The right lever is used to tilt the attachment mount plate. Pushing the lever forward causes the mount plate to tilt downward. Pulling back on the lever causes the mount plate to tilt up. The 2 center levers control the wheel drive motors. The left center lever controls the left wheel drive motor. When you push the lever forward, the left wheels move forward. When you pull back on the lever, the left wheels move in reverse. The right center lever controls the right wheel drive motor. When you push forward, the right wheels move forward. When you pull back, the right wheels move in reverse. To move the Dingo forward, push both drive levers forward. To move in reverse, pull both levers back. To turn the unit to the right, push forward on the left lever. To turn the unit to the left, push forward on the right lever. To spin turn the unit within its own radius, pull back on one lever while pushing forward on the other lever. Anyone just starting out on the Dingo should practice these maneuvers with the pump selector in the slow or turtle position. Practice the various moves on flat ground, well away from people or traffic. Now then, let's talk about the 3 control levers that control the hydraulic flow of the machine. The Dingo is powered by a dual pump hydraulic system, 1 large pump and 1 small. The pump selector lever is located in front of the drive levers. It controls the directional flow of these pumps. The lever has a rabbit and turtle label. When the pump selector lever is pushed forward, away from you, the lever is in the rabbit position. And the large hydraulic pump powers the wheels and loader arms. At the same time, the small hydraulic pump will power the auxiliary hookups. The rabbit position is best when ground speed or lifting power is necessary. When you pull the lever toward you, it's in the turtle position. Now everything is reversed. The small pump powers the wheels and loader arms, while the large hydraulic pump powers the auxiliary hookup. This is the best position when digging power is needed and ground speed is not, like when using the trencher or using the auger. Again, anyone just starting out on the Dingo should operate in the turtle position to get a feel for all the levers on the Dingo and what actions they produce before attempting the faster rabbit position or any digging. This next lever controls hydraulic flow sent to the auxiliary hookup on the Dingo. It's located right here to the right of the pump selector lever. When the lever is in the neutral position, no hydraulic fluid is sent to the auxiliaries. This lever must be in the neutral position when starting up the engine. When you pull back on this lever, you engage the hydraulic attachment. When you push it forward, it reverses the hydraulic flow, as well as the action on the attachment. The last control I want to talk about is called the hydraulic flow divider. It's located here to the left of the pump selector lever. Basically, its job is to divert flow to the auxiliary hookups. In the 12 o'clock position, no flow division takes place. As the lever is moved toward the 9 o'clock position, flow is diverted to the attachments and less is available to the wheels and loader arms. This allows for the greater concentration of power going where it's needed most. Next, we'll cover the pre-operation checks and demonstrate proper connection of attachments. Before you start the Dingo, always carry out the following important pre-start procedures. If your machine is equipped with a lockable vent, open the fuel vent cap by turning it in a counterclockwise direction. Remove the dipstick to make sure the oil is at the correct level. If you need to add more oil, remove the oil filler cap. Use only Toro recommended oil. Next, remove the hydraulic fluid cap to check the level of the hydraulic fluid. Remove the air filter pre-cleaner and remove any debris before replacing it. Make sure the tires are filled to the proper PSI. Inspect for any loose fasteners or damaged areas. And finally, the operator should make sure the auxiliary hydraulic lever is in the neutral position. The lever handle may be straight or as shown. Whether or not a hydraulic attachment is in place, this lever must be in neutral prior to starting the Dingo. To start the gas version of the Dingo, open the choke, open the throttle slightly, and then turn the starter key. On some machines, the throttle is located on the control panel. The diesel version starts by first opening the throttle slightly, turning the key to the glow position for 3 to 5 seconds, and then the rest of the way to the start position. When operating the Dingo, you'll have both feet on the platform and both hands on these grip handles. Before beginning the attaching process, the pump selector lever should be in the turtle position. Before connecting any attachment to the Dingo, always make sure the mount plates are free of any dirt or debris. With the right-hand control lever, tilt the mount plate forward. Position the Dingo's mount plate into the upper lip of the attachment's receiver plate. Then raise the arms while tilting back the Dingo's mount plate at the same time. Now turn the ignition key to the off position. Next, engage the attachment lock pins. These are located on the operator side of the mount plate and should be turned toward the inside to engage. Always make sure the lock pins are fully engaged through the bottom of the mount plate. For some attachments, the next step is to connect the hydraulic hoses at the auxiliary hookups. Make sure the engine is off to reduce the hydraulic fluid pressure. Never handle hydraulic hoses under pressure. Leaking fluid can cause serious injury. First, remove the rubber covers from the couplers and connect them to one another. It's critical to the life of hydraulic equipment that you clean all foreign matter from hydraulic hoses and auxiliaries before making connections. The two hoses are then connected by sliding the collar back on the auxiliary, inserting the hose, and sliding the collar forward. Confirm the connection is secure by pulling back on the hose. To remove an attachment, lower the attachment to the ground or onto the trailer. Turn the ignition key to the off position. Disengage the lock pins by turning them to the outside. On some attachments, disconnect the hydraulic hoses by sliding the collar back and pulling back on the hose. To prevent contamination of the hydraulic system, connect the hoses on the attachments during storage. Next, install the rubber covers onto the auxiliary hookups. Restart the machine, tilt the mount plate forward, and back away from the attachment. Always remember, when you're operating the Toro Sitework Systems Dingo power plant, you're responsible for your own safety as well as those around you. Before operating this system, please watch the safety training portion of this video and read the operator's and safety training manual.
The Toro Sitework Systems Dingo power plant is one of the most innovative machines to be introduced in years. Properly maintained and operated, the Dingo will save you many hours of human labor while reducing damage to any terrain you might be working in.
Toro's Sitework Systems Dingo power plant is an extremely maneuverable, very powerful, and highly versatile machine.
Please have anyone who operates the machine watch this video and read the operator's and safety manual that comes with it. While operating the Dingo machine, your safety and the safety of those around you is entirely in your hands.
Let's begin with clothing. It is recommended that operators always wear close-fitting clothes, a hard hat, and proper footwear. But every situation is unique, so always consult your project supervisor for additional precautions prior to operation. Protective eyewear is also recommended when operating attachments with moving parts.
When operating the Dingo, plant both feet firmly on the platform and grip the handles with both hands.
And never put your feet under the platform. This could result in serious injury.
Always remember to keep your hands and feet away from all moving parts. The same goes for pinch areas.
The Dingo is a one-person machine. Never carry passengers on the Dingo platform or on any of the attachments.
And never let anyone, adults, children, or animals, near the machine while it is in operation. If they do get too close, warn them away or immediately shut down the machine.
Take time to familiarize yourself with the various controls of the Dingo. Practice the various moves on flat ground, well away from people or traffic. Practice in the slow or turtle range until you can operate it smoothly and confidently. Never jerk the controls.
Make sure not to exceed the maximum load rating. Never carry loads higher than the recommended height. This could make the unit unstable and cause it to pitch over.
Always carry loads close to the ground to maintain a proper balance.
Before refueling, turn the engine off and allow it to cool down.
And never weld on or near the fuel tank, whether the tank is full or empty. Do your welding a safe distance away from the Dingo and make sure you are in an open, well-ventilated area. Exhaust fumes are dangerous.
Turn off the engine and remove the key before doing any service work on the machine or its attachments. This will prevent someone from accidentally starting the machine while you are working on it. Although servicing should be completed with the loader arms lowered, use the loader cylinder locks if any service is required with the arms raised.
Never operate the machine on steep slopes, embankments, or in ditches. And never operate the vehicle sideways on slanted ground of more than 5 degrees.
When traveling up or down hills or ramps, always keep the heavy end on the uphill side. For efficiency of operation, the Toro Sitework Systems Dingo power plant is not evenly weighted from front to back.
Without a heavy load or heavy attachment installed on the front of the Dingo, it is heavier in back than in the front. However, when the bucket is fully loaded, or when a heavy attachment, such as a trencher or tiller, is installed, the front of the Dingo becomes heavier.
For stability and safety reasons, the weight distribution is important to remember when operating the Dingo power plant. Here are a few more things to keep in mind.
Always keep a sharp lookout for holes and deep ruts while operating the Dingo.
Make sure there are no power lines overhead.
When using any digging attachment, make sure that all utilities have been properly located and marked.
And be aware of traffic.
Always park the Dingo power plant on level ground. And be sure to lower the loader arms or attachments all the way to the ground. Finally, if there is a slight slope to the ground, be sure to add chocks to the downhill side of the tires.
Always secure attachments to the trailer rack with locking pins. Operators should be sure to strap down all tools and implements that can't be secured with locking pins. The Dingo power plant employs a wide variety of attachments, each with a possibility for accidental injury to you or others.
This video doesn't cover all the potentially harmful situations. Always use common sense and the utmost care when operating the Toro Sitework Systems Dingo power plant, and you will enjoy many years of great service.